Okay, it looks like I have another project on my hands, and this one kind of fell into my lap. This, folks, is a 1982 Honda CB450. I believe it's the Nighthawk. It doesn't have the side covers on it right here, but it's got 12,700 miles on it, and it's abandoned. I was able to pick it up for the grand total of $0. So I figured the price was good and I just could not pass it up at a deal like that. These are classics. These are just simply a classics, and they are sought after these days because a lot of people are taking these and putting them, converting them into a cafe style racer. Now that is not something my plan to do. My plan is to put this thing back in its original condition when it came off of the showroom floor in 1982. Well, at least close to that. So the story behind this is the owner, whoever that was, don't know, have no way of contacting them, moved to Texas, I think it was, and left this motorcycle with a neighbor. That was 5 years ago. They were supposedly going to get moved and come back over and pick it up and take it back with them. Well, that never happened, and the neighbor was tired of it sitting in his garage for the last 5 years, or outside, or wherever it was, I don't know. So they gave it to a person that worked with them at their place of employment, their common place of employment. And he decided that he didn't want the project either, so I ended up with it. So this is, as I said, a 1982. Let me just go right in here, and you can see the mileage, 12,769 miles. So not bad at all. And for as old as it is, and having probably been outside quite a bit, it's in actually pretty darn good shape. I know that my neighbor, the one that had it, got it running. All right, I'm going to pause here for a second while my other neighbor comes back in on his motorcycle, or a scooter anyway. Maybe it won't be too bad. So anyway, I've got it, and let's just go around this thing and we'll just kind of see what all it needs. Well, we'll just start at the front. Tires, I know it's going to need tires. These tires are probably 12, 13 years old, so definitely don't feel safe. Even though there's tread on these things, I don't feel safe with tires that have dried out that much. From what I can tell, looks like the brake pads are not too bad. Front fork seals definitely look like they're leaking, so we'll have to check that out. The brake fluid reservoir right here, there's no brakes. It's just freewheeling there, so there's no fluid in there. I don't know if that's cracked or what, but it looks pretty dried out and brittle to me, so that's something that's going to have to be done, replacing that. As we go around, there's a little bit of surface rust on some places. The tank has got some specks of surface rust on that. Nothing serious. The paint, of course, is all just faded on it, so that's something I'll have to decide as to whether or not I'm going to repaint or just try to clean it up a bit on something like that. The carburetors, no boots on them going to the airbox, so that should be a fairly easy source to get. Battery dead, deader than dead, absolutely nothing in the battery, and so that'll be a new battery for that. The pegs down here, you can see some rust on those. Doesn't look like it's serious, it's just surface rust on that. Have no idea about the rear shocks. The seat, well, the seat's got just a few issues there, but probably just a little Armor All will bring that back in pristine condition. And for those of you that have watched my renovation on the motorhome. Might have to add a little bit of sriracha sauce to that, probably bring it back like brand new. Okay, another rear tire here that's completely dried out, I'm sure, although it has plenty of tread. Doesn't look too bad. The side covers on both sides are missing, so no side covers on it, and a little more rust on things there. But other than that, other than the side covers and the boots between the carbs and the air box, everything looks to be in pretty decent shape. The chain, it's got rust on it, surface rust. I'll have to clean that up and see what that looks like whenever I get it going, see if there's any slack in it or if it's damaged in any way whatsoever. But overall, this thing looks to be in pretty decent shape. I know that my neighbor that I got it from did get it to crank. So he was shooting starting fluid and whatever in it, and it would crank up, but he couldn't keep it running without having his hands over both carburetors to do that. So absolutely positive the carburetors are all messed up and are going to need a really good cleaning. Okay folks, there it is. That's my new project right now. 1982 Honda CB450, 12,769 miles on it, and it is in pretty darn good shape, and hopefully we'll get this thing put back together and kind of brought up to its old glory again. First thing I got to do though before I put any money in it is get a title. It's going to be an abandoned title process. Probably will take anywhere from 30 to 60 days, probably closer to the 60-day period of time. So I've got to get that done. So until then, we're going to park it, put it back in the garage, and leave it there till I get the title on it, and then we'll start on this project. In the meantime, I've still got plenty to do on the old motorhome that's sitting over there, and I've got plenty of things there to keep me busy in the meantime. Talk to you later. Hopefully you enjoy this and look forward to the Honda project, and it would be nice if you'd subscribe and give me a thumbs up if you think it's worthwhile. Later.